these two teams. First off, for the Xavier Musketeers, led by their head coach, Brad Neal. The point guard is the do-everything player, oftentimes for the Xavier team, as we talked about with assistant coach Shea Robinson in the scouting report. Shatira Hawks, a 5'3" senior out of Baltimore, Maryland, averaging 21.5 points a game, although she scored just 10 yesterday against Duke. She will start at the point. Ashley Wanninger, a 5'10" senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, is the team's second leading scorer. She averages 14.8 points per ball game. The third guard is Jenna Crittenden, a 5'10" sophomore out of Union, Kentucky. She averages 6.5 a game, but she went for 16 yesterday against Duke. At the forward position, you've got Brianna Glover, a 6'2" sophomore out of Mason, Ohio, and Leah Schaefer, a 6'2" freshman out from Alexandria, Kentucky. For the Jayhawks, they're led by Bonnie Henriksen, the head coach. Today, a couple of new starters. Cece Harper will start at the point guard position, the 5'8" senior out of San Antonio, Texas, instead of Lamaria Cole, and Markeisha Hawkins, the 5'9" senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. The other starters as normal, Chelsea Gardner, Bunny Williams, and Natalie Knight. The tip is controlled by the Xavier Musketeers, and Shatira Hawks brings it across the timeline. Musketeers going from left to right as we look at the court here on the opposite side of the team benches in the Virgin Islands. Musketeers dressed in their home white uniforms, and Jenna Crittenden drives right to the basket and lays it up and in, and the Musketeers take a 2-0 lead. Jayhawks dressed in their home whites yesterday. Today, they're in their road blue uniforms with the white numbers and crimson trim. Bunny Williams out front for KU. They sag away from her, so she drives into the paint and kicks it out to Harper with a nice crossover, then passes it right across to Chelsea Gardner, who lays it up and in. That was an easy basket for Gardner. It all started on the great crossover move by Harper that just left Hawks in her dust, and the Jayhawks tie it up at 2 apiece. Now they pass it to a cutting Glover, and she scores underneath the basket for Xavier. 3 possessions, 3 baskets in the game so far, and Xavier leads it 4-2. Harper brings it across the timeline against a man-to-man defense, tried to enter it into Chelsea Gardner, but Brianna Glover got around Gardner and batted the pass out of bounds. It'll stay with Kansas. Harper to inbound from the baseline. Looking for somewhere to get it, throws it into Hawkins, and Markeisha Hawkins has her pull-up shot rejected by Jenna Crittenden. Crittenden was trailing Hawkins on the play and kind of blocked that shot from behind out of bounds. Still 16 seconds to shoot as the Jayhawks will inbound again. This time Harper throws it out to Hawkins at the top of the key, left side to Bunny Williams. They sag away from Bunny and they give it up to Natalie Knight now. 8 seconds to shoot, Knight off the screen, outside to Harper for a 3. It missed off the back iron, bounced over the backboard and out of bounds. Xavier basketball, the Musketeers lead it 4-2 in the early going. Hawks across the timeline. Hands it off now to Glover. At the top of the key, guarded by Chelsea Gardner. Now left side to Crittenden. On the baseline, driving under the basket, Wanninger threw it off the bottom of the backboard of the rebound to Natalie Knight. Knight outlets it down the floor to Cece Harper. Harper picks up her dribble on the right wing with nowhere to go, looking for somewhere to go with it. Finally, tries to play it over to Bunny Williams, but they call 5 seconds on Harper first. Cardinal mistake that time by Cece Harper picking up the basketball before knowing where she was going to go with it, and it's a turnover on the Jayhawks. Well, I'll tell you what, Hawks got away with a travel at the top of the key, but passes it on the left side to Crittenden. Now out front to Hawks. Left side, Crittenden again. Skips it over the defense. Crittenden fires a 3 that airballs, and the rebound to Chelsea Gardner for KU. Hawks with the ball leading 4-2, or trailing 4-2. 17:40 to go first half. Cece Harper backs it off to the left wing. Comes off a screen, draws a double team, and a hand-checking foul called on Leah Schaefer. First foul of the ball game. Of course, that's one of those fouls that is a product of the new emphasis on officiating, hand-checking, blocking fouls. Can't make any contact, doesn't matter how minimal or how far away from the basket. And Schaefer checks out of the ball game after picking up that foul. Hawkins catches the inbound on the left wing, picked up by Crittenden, comes off the screen, cuts down the lane, flips it up with the right hand, and it goes down. What a drive by Markeisha Hawkins. And the Jayhawks have tied it up at 4 apiece. Hawkins coming off a career day yesterday. She went for 16 points against Central Michigan, which was a personal best. Now Glover driving inside has a shot blocked by Chelsea Gardner, but a foul called on Chelsea. Looked like Chelsea might have rolled her right ankle a little bit. She gets up a little gimpy. Now she is whistled for her first personal foul. Gardner had rolled an ankle in practice earlier. The official blows the play dead now and wants to see Gardner walk it off. So Gardner's going to check out of the ball game, and looks like team trainer Ann Turner is going to take a look at that ankle of Chelsea Gardner. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Jada Brown checks in for Gardner. Away from the basketball, a moving screen on Xavier. Bonnie Henriksen applauding the defense by the Jayhawks to force that foul. The foul was called on Madison Blackwell, who's just come into the ball game for Xavier. Jayhawks with the ball, looking for their first lead of the game. Tied at 4. Make that Natalie Knight on the right side, plays it out front to Harper. She skips it over the defense to Hawkins. Hawkins head fakes, drives to the baseline, pull-up jumper. Good from Markeisha Hawkins. Hawkins with 4, and the Jayhawks lead at 6-4. Down the floor comes Hawks, bouncing it outside to Glover. Now Blackwell skips it over to Jenna Crittenden. Crittenden out front to Glover again. Glover trying to put it on the floor on Jada Brown. Drives into a lot of traffic there and throws up an air ball. Rebound to Kansas. Harper with a behind-the-back dribble down the floor. Pass deflected, but the loose ball picked up by Natalie Knight. She drives under the basket. They swing it around the perimeter now, and Natalie Knight catches it on the left wing again. Knight with a jab step, drives into the lane, pitches it into the corner to an open CC Harper for 3. Missed it short. On the rebound, a foul on Bunny Williams of Kansas. That'll be the first on Bunny. Second team foul on Kansas. Shatira Hawks checks out of the game for Xavier. Their leading scorer replaced by Aaliyah Zant, 5'7" sophomore out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Glover out front, traveled with it. Turnover on the Musketeers. 4 minutes into this one, the Jayhawks leading it 6-4. Chelsea Gardner on the bench has had her ankle examined by Ann Wallace, the team trainer for the Jayhawks, and looks like she might be ready to go again here pretty soon. 2-3 zone now from Xavier. Jayhawks saw nothing but 2-3 zone from Central Michigan in the last game. Brown inside, has a pass knocked away and stolen by Crittenden. Down the floor come the Musketeers. Zant out front, plays it left side to Wanninger. Now the baseline to Crittenden. She drives baseline, shot rejected by Natalie Knight, right back to Crittenden. Now Glover driving inside, running shot, air balls, weak side rebound by Natalie Knight. How about Natalie? Down the floor come the Jayhawks. Harper with a stop and go move under the basket. She lays it up and in. What a move by CC Harper. And the Jayhawks lead at 8-4. That started with a great defensive play by Natalie Knight. You don't see Natalie elevate to block shots too often, but she just stuffed that one right back in the face of Crittenden. Then a great offensive move by CC Harper at the other end. And a travel on Zant on the left wing. She head faked, but Harper stayed right in front of her, and then she tried to take a jab step and got off balance. Great defense from CC Harper. Timeout on the floor. 14:56 to go. The Jayhawks leading at 8-4.
Imagine the power of a giant TV production truck in a compact, portable video production system. NewTek TriCaster has everything you need for a network-style video production. Camera switching, graphics, special effects, virtual sets, and more. You can stream your production live to the internet and record up to 8 separate channels of HD video all in one system. NewTek TriCaster. It's a television studio in a box. Find out more at newtek.com.
Come visit my island, the United States Virgin Islands.
Discover how life is meant to be. Call your travel agent today.
You're up.
A much better start to this ball game for the Jayhawks than what they had yesterday. Kansas fell down by 11 to Central Michigan before storming back to win that game. Today they've jumped out to an 8-4 lead over the Xavier Musketeers. Nate Bukaty with you at the Paradise Jam in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Day number 2 of this competition. Kansas with the ball out of the timeout. They trap Natalie Knight in the zone, and she turns it over. Pass was stolen by Blackwell, but the Jayhawks sprint into the backcourt, and Jada Brown knocks it right back to the Jayhawks. Great defensive play by the freshman Jada Brown. Kansas got away with that turnover. Man-to-man defense this time by Xavier. They've been mixing it up so far in the first half. 14:29 to go. Asia Boyd turns it over. Pass was stolen by Hawks. Down the floor come the Musketeers. Pull-up jumper by Zant, but she traveled into it. She missed a shot anyway. Asia Boyd and Cece Harper got their signals crossed on that pass on the other end of the floor. So back-to-back turnovers on Kansas here since coming out of the media timeout. 14:21 to play in the first half. Jayhawks lead it 8-4. Cece Harper brings it across the timeline. Again, a man-to-man defense from Xavier. Harper bounces it out front to Natalie Knight. Off a screen to her right, she's double teamed there. Knight drives around the double team, kicks it outside to Boyd, in the corner to Harper. Wide open for a 3, but she missed it. Harper struggling from beyond the arc so far in this one, and the rebound back to Xavier. Hawks trying to drive into the lane, cut off by Harper. Kicks it outside to Wanninger. Harper gets in front of her and gets called for the foul. Let's hope that's on Cece Harper. That is her first. Chelsea Gardner was also in the neighborhood. If that would have been on Chelsea, that would have been her second. So the Jayhawks will take a foul on Cece Harper for now, as that is just her first. 13:49 to go. And Xavier at the free throw line. Wanninger's free throw rims in and out, no good. Brianna Glover checks into the ball game for the Musketeers. She replaces Madison Blackwell. Wanninger's next free throw is up and good. 8-5 Kansas leading it with 13:45 to go in the first half. Harper across the timeline. This time Xavier goes back to a 2-3 zone. They've been in and out of zone and man so far this game. Boyd right side to Natalie Knight. She kicks it back out to Boyd. Free throw line, Jada Brown left open, so she puts it up, misses it back iron. And the rebound back to Hawks. Sprinting down the floor goes Hawks. Boyd back in defense, forces an off-balance shot and out of control by Hawks. Rebound to Cece Harper. Down the floor, she gives it to Boyd. Under the basket, draws contact, nothing called. Rebound batted into the Xavier bench by Jada Brown. Looked like there was some contact there for Boyd, but it went without a call, so it goes back to Xavier. 8-5 Kansas, 13 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first half. Shatira Hawks across the timeline. She gives it out front to Schaefer. Pass it inside to Wanninger, and she traveled with it. Wanninger trying to turn her hips and drive to the basket, called for the walk. 12:57 to go first half. Jayhawks leading at 8-5. Harper across the timeline. Passes it out front to Asia Boyd. 2-3 zone by Xavier. Gardner now left side to Knight. Over to Harper. Harper tried to force it inside to Gardner. It got through some arms. Gardner picked up the loose ball and lays it up and in. Boy, that was an ambitious pass, but it worked. And the Jayhawks lead at 10-5. Now Hawks trying to drive in on Harper, who stays right with her, step for step. She kicks it back outside. Crittenden now back to Hawks at the top of the key, trying to break down Harper again. Pull-up shot and misses. Harper's done a great job defensively on Hawks so far. Harper down the floor, had it knocked away from behind by Crittenden. Asia Boyd says she didn't touch it. One official says it's Xavier ball, another official says it's KU ball. Whose is it? A lot of substitutions here as Markeisha Hawkins comes in for Natalie Knight. Also Lamaria Cole in for CC Harper. It is KU basketball. Jayhawks with a 10-5 lead. Boyd throws it in. It was knocked away, but picked up by Lamaria Cole. She'll run the point now. Cole's pass deflected, out of bounds, off of Kansas. Bonnie Hendrickson tells Cole to settle down, throw a bounce pass there, and they'll have some time over the timeout to talk about it after the turnover. 11:57 to go in the first half. Kansas leading at 10-5.
Spectacular views of the Caribbean are just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort.
UVI is closer than you think.
At UVI, the beach is closer than you think.
At UVI, the professors are closer than you think.
At UVI, your success is closer than you think.
The University of the Virgin Islands is closer than you think. Call us today or visit our website.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport.
The Ad Council.
Stand by. You're up.
11:57 to play here in the first half in the Virgin Islands. Jayhawks leading Xavier by a score of 10-5. Musketeers with a basketball out of the timeout. Brianna Glover passes it on the left side. Lamaria Cole going for the steal, but got called for the foul. She just bumped in to Kayla Davis that time. That's the first on Lamaria, the fourth on the Jayhawks. 11:45 to go in the first half. Still Xavier's ball with Jayhawks with a 5-point lead. On the floor for Kansas right now, Lamaria Cole, Asia Boyd, both who lost their starting spots today, at least, to Markeisha Hawkins and CC Harper. Also Natalie Knight, make that Markeisha Hawkins, Jada Brown, and Chelsea Gardner on the floor for KU right now. Whistle at the top of the key. Foul called on Markeisha Hawkins.
Hey, you there?
Yep, I'm here. Just go ahead and bring me back. Yeah, just bring me back.
Okay.
Win up to 75. This lottery holiday scratch ticket.
This is a local, right?
You're up.
Okay, we're back at the Virgin Islands. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but the Jayhawks have the ball back after a missed shot by Xavier, so Kansas leads at 10-5. Asia Boyd out front for KU. 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go first half. So stations, we will still take break number 6 coming up, if you're listening to us. Lamaria Cole crosses over the top of the key, drives down the lane, but the shot misses, and the rebound back to Xavier. Break number 6 still ahead for our stations listening. Kansas with a 10-5 lead. 10:50 to go first half. Now driving inside toward the basket is Aaliyah Zant. She misses the scoop shot, but the rebound out of bounds off of Kansas. It'll stay with Xavier. Bunny Williams comes back into the ball game for KU, replacing Jada Brown. Now also Jenna Crittenden comes into the ball game, replacing Ashley Wanninger. Hasn't necessarily been a pretty first 9 minutes to this ball game, just 15 points scored total. Driving inside, Zant under the basket in traffic, lost it out of bounds, but it was touched last by a Jayhawk, so it'll stay with the Musketeers. Xavier to inbound here. Davis with it, plays it inside, shot missed, but then an offensive rebound by Leah Schaefer, and she's fouled. And that foul's going to be on Chelsea Gardner. That'll be her second. So KU is actually shooting 42% from the floor, which isn't all that bad. They're 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. They turned it over 5 times. First free throw by Schaefer, no good. Chelsea Gardner's going to have to check out of the ball game with still 10:32 to go in this first half. She might be done for the half if history is an indication with Bonnie Henriksen. She usually does not like to play her players with 2 fouls in the first half if she can at all help it. So Kansas going to go small and a little young here as 2 freshmen are in there now, and Jada Brown and Dakota Gonzalez. Also Bunny Williams in the game. Second free throw is good by Leah Schaefer, so she makes 1 of 2. So on the floor right now for Kansas, Natalie Knight, Dakota Gonzalez, Cece Harper in the backcourt, Jada Brown and Bunny Williams in the front court. Hawks with the ball and a 4-point lead, 10:25 to go first half. Harper across the timeline for KU, man-to-man defense this time from the Musketeers. Dakota Gonzalez plays it on the left side to Natalie Knight. She dribbles into a double team, dribbles away from the double team now. Plays it left side to Dakota Gonzalez. 7 seconds to shoot. Gonzalez head fakes, 5 seconds to shoot. Skips it over to Harper. Driving into the lane, across to Jada Brown. Layup misses, and shot clock violation on the Jayhawks. The fact that they called the shot clock violation actually is a little bit of a break because Xavier got that rebound and they were about to have a run out, a 3-on-2. But because it was a shot clock violation, it stops the ball and gives the Jayhawks a chance to get back and set up defensively. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half, Kansas still the 4-point lead. Hawkins out front to Crittenden for a 3 that misses, rimming in and out. Rebound back to the Jayhawks. Harper, diagonal pass down the floor to Gonzalez. She takes a fall-away shot that is good from about 5 feet out. Dakota Gonzalez, a high arcing shot. And that's her first basket of the game. The Jayhawks lead at 12-6. Wanninger out front, plays it on the right side to Hawks. Cece Harper's just made her life miserable so far today. Crittenden dribbles into a 3 this time. That misses back iron. Long rebound though to Hawks. A little point guard for Xavier, 5'3". Usually uses her quickness, but Cece Harper has stayed with her step for step so far today. But driving right down the lane this time is Madison Blackwell. She got around Bunny Williams to lay it in. That makes it a 4-point game. Kansas 12, Xavier 8, with under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Harper plays it right side to Natalie Knight. Knight drives in, pull-up jumper, misses back iron. Rebound, Schaefer for Xavier. She dribbles it down the floor, crosses over, plays it left side to Blackwell. Driving around Bunny Williams again, right into the help defense of Dakota Gonzalez this time, who blocks the shot out of bounds. Great help defense from the freshman Dakota Gonzalez that time. She anticipated that Bunny might get beat off the dribble as she had been on the previous possession by Blackwell, and she got there well in time to have good defensive position. Help defense is all about anticipation. Bonnie Henriksen talks about being a pessimistic teammate. Just assume your teammate's going to get beat and get ready for help. Airball 3-pointer by Xavier, rebounded by Harper. Down the floor, Natalie Knight hangs in the air and knocks it down off the glass. First basket of the game for Natalie Knight. The Jayhawks lead it 14-8 with 8:15 to go in the first half. This is the biggest lead of the game for the Jayhawks. Hawks with a stop-and-go move. Bounces it on the baseline to Crittenden. Trying to drive around. Dakota Gonzalez misses the underhand shot. Rebound Kansas. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Harper, left side Gonzalez. Head fakes on a three and traveled with it. Timeout on the floor. Jayhawks leading it 14-8 with just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. This is the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network.
Now, as you can see, you love technology? Yeah, no problem. There we go. How are the girls? Uh-huh. Scott.
Business is tough, but with great offers at avis.com, we give you the space to turn your business trip into a bizcation. Avis, it's your space.
We are World Vision, and we believe in children. We believe in God's calling to share our lives with them, to share a meal, to share water, to share love, to share a full life.
If you believe, share with a child today at worldvision.org/share.
Hawks leading at 14-8 with 7:59 to go in the first half. Here's a note from the Kansas Lottery. Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $70 million. The Hot Lotto jackpot is $1.65 million. The Kansas Lottery, real people really win. Xavier with the ball out of the timeout. And Shatira Hawks will bring it across the timeline for the Musketeers. She's guarded by Natalie Knight this time. Off a screen to the top of the key goes Hawks. Now crosses over with the left hand down the lane. Layup with the left hand is good. That time she took Dakota Gonzalez off the dribble. That's the first basket of the game by Hawks. She's been guarded most of the game by Cece Harper, who's really shut her down. So 7:30 to go first half. Kansas leading by 4. Now Cece Harper dribbles it off her own foot and out of bounds from the pressure defense by Hawks. Now Markeisha Hawkins will check into the game for KU, replacing Dakota Gonzalez. Dillon's is the proud sponsor of the Sunflower Showdown Series. Dillon Food Stores proudly partnering with Kansas communities for more than 90 years. Hawks with a basketball for Xavier, driving in on Knight with a jump stop. Might have gotten away with a bit of a travel, missed a shot, then poked the rebound out of bounds, so it'll go back to Kansas. Jayhawks leading it by 4, 14-10. With 7:14 to go first half. Cece Harper across the timeline. 2-3 zone this time from Xavier. They've been mixing it up all first half. Harper out front to Markeisha Hawkins. She dribbles off a screen to her right. Now back off a screen to her left. Left side Harper, now in the corner to Knight. Head fakes, drives baseline, skips it out to Hawkins. Markeisha traveled with it on the head fake. See that called a lot in the women's game. I'm not sure if it really happens that much more than it does in the men's game, or if just it's something that the officials on the women's side are much more in tune to. But you see that head fake, and when they put it on the floor, I mean, if they're not perfect with their footwork, they're going to get called for a travel. We've probably seen it called between the two teams almost a half a dozen times already today. And it's just that you see it a lot in the women's game. Seems like the men do it, but maybe just get away with it a little bit more often. Pull-up three-pointer that misses and air balls off the backboard by Leah Schaefer, and the Jayhawks have it back, leading by 4 with 6:33 to go in the first half. Harper on the right side, out front to Asia Boyd. Driving in with the left-handed jump stop, skips through the lane, misses the shot though off the window, then going after the rebound, Bunny Williams is going to be called for her second foul. Both of her foul calls have come as she went trying to crash the offensive glass. So now the Jayhawks starting front court is in foul trouble. Gardner's been on the bench for the last about 5 minutes or so of clock time. with when she picked up her second foul. Now Bunny Williams will join her on the bench, replaced by Jada Brown. So Kansas going very small now with Asia Boyd at the 4 and Jada Brown at the 5. Crittenden hits the first free throw. Kansas can afford to go a little bit smaller against this Xavier team, especially with the lineup that they have out there right now. Not a particularly big Xavier lineup. Crittenden hits both free throws, and it's down to a 2-point Kansas advantage. Now full court pressure by Xavier out of the made free throw. Natalie Knight brings it down the left side of backcourt, picks it up, skips it cross court to Markeisha Hawkins, who drives in on the right side, now brings it back out to the perimeter. Free throw line, Jada Brown driving in, lost a handle on it, picked up by Xavier. Loose ball taken out of there by Schaefer. Hawks skips it down the floor to Crittenden. Now back outside to Wanninger. She drives inside, off balance shot misses, but a blocking foul called on Jada Brown of KU. That'll be the first on Jada Brown, the 8th team foul on Kansas, as opposed to just 2 team fouls by Xavier so far. Wanninger's first free throw is up and good, making it a 1-point ball game. Shatira Hawks will check out, replaced by Kayla Davis for Xavier. Also, Brianna Glover for Xavier comes back into the ball game in place of Jenna Crittenden. Second free throw good for Wanninger. Jack's got to find some offense with Chelsea Gardner on the bench right now. They've hit a little bit of a snag offensively over the last 5 minutes or so. Under 6 minutes to go in the half, we're tied at 14. Xavier's on a 6-0 run. Natalie Knight drives inside, outside to Hawkins for a 3. She missed it. Jayhawks are now 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Rebound taken by Jada Brown. Her putback try is no good, and the rebound back to Xavier. Zant pushing it down the floor, trying to drive around Natalie Knight. Natalie stole the pass, lobs it ahead to Asia Boyd. Boyd down the floor, one-on-one, misses the layup try. Hawkins with the rebound. It's rejected on the putback try by Schaefer, but Kansas comes away with the loose ball again. Hawks just can't find a basket right now. Right side, Knight for 3. Swish! Boy, that was a big one for Natalie Knight and the Kansas Jayhawks to put them back in front. And timeout called for by Kansas with 5:10 to go in the first half.
Imagine the power of a giant TV production truck in a compact portable video production system. NewTek TriCaster has everything you need for a network-style video production. Camera switching, graphics, special effects, virtual sets, and more. You can stream your production live to the internet and record up to 8 separate channels of HD video all in one system. NewTek TriCaster. It's a television studio in a box. Find out more at newtek.com.
Come visit my island, the United States Virgin Islands.
Discover how life is meant to be. Call your travel agent today.
Of the scoring for the Jayhawks so far this half, but they lead Xavier 17-14. 5:05 to go first half. Musketeers ball out of the timeout. The top of the key picked up by Davis. Now back out to Davis, resets the offense. On the left side, Schaefer with it, skips it over the defense to Glover. She'll fire the 3, rims in and out. Rebound back to Kansas. Asia Boyd got that board. Down the floor to CeCe Harper. Harper probes the defense, now backs it out to the top of the key. Right side, Markeisha Hawkins. Hawkins puts it on the deck. She drives into the lane and flipped a shot up that was good, but it's waved off as a foul is called on Xavier first. That's just the 3rd team foul on the Musketeers this half with 4:36 to go. It's called on Ashley Wanninger, the senior's first. She'll come out of the game now, replaced by Jenna Crittenden. Also back into the game for Xavier is Madison Blackwell and Shatira Hawks. Kansas with a 3-point lead and the ball. They'll inbound from the baseline under the Xavier basket. Get it into Boyd on the left wing. She quickly fires a 3 and buries it. That's a big shot for Asia Boyd. Had a tough day yesterday and was having a slow start offensively today, but she knocks that triple down, and the Jayhawks are on a 6-0 run and have equaled their largest lead of the game at 20-14 with 4:18 to go first half. Xavier with the basketball now. Hawks driving baseline on Natalie Knight. Up and under move is good. That was a nice drive by Shatira Hawks. Musketeers leading scorer on the season. She's got 4 points now this half. 20-16 Kansas, 4 minutes to go first half. Knight drives to the baseline. Shot over a double team was partially blocked. And loose ball taken back by Xavier. Crittenden's diagonal pass trying to get it under the basket to Zant was kicked away by the Kansas defense. I think it was Markeisha Hawkins that got a foot to that. It'll be Xavier ball after the media timeout. 3:50.
Just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort.
UVI is closer than you think.
At UVI, the beach is closer than you think.
At UVI, the professors are closer than you think.
At UVI, your success is closer than you think.
The University of the Virgin Islands is closer than you think. Call us today or visit our website.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
Or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Stand by. You're up.
Xavier with the basketball out of the timeout. 3:52 to go first half, and the Jayhawks lead it by a score of 20-16 over the Musketeers here in day 2 of the Paradise Jam. Hawks has it, trying to drive to the free throw line. Now turns back and drives to her right side and shoots over Harper. I'll tell you what, she missed a shot. Whenever Harper has been on Hawks, she has had no luck getting to the basket. Harper down the floor to Hawkins. She drives baseline and lays it up and in. Markeisha Hawkins looking to back up her 16-point performance yesterday. She's already got 6 points here today, and the Jayhawks lead it by 6 again with 3:23 to go in the first half. Zant on the left side for Xavier. Plays it out front to Hawkins. She's guarded by Natalie Knight this time. Make that Hawks guarded by Natalie Knight this time. You got Hawkins for KU, Hawks for Xavier. Crittenden out front, drives around Boyd, bangs into a Jayhawk defender, Markeisha Hawkins, and a foul is called. That'll be foul number 9 on Kansas. I'm not sure if it's a shooting foul or not. It'll either be a 1-and-1 or a 2 free throw situation. They do rule it was in the act of shooting. So Crittenden will shoot 2 free throws. It's the second foul on Markeisha Hawkins. Just a little late getting there on the help defense. Crittenden's first free throw is up and good. She's got 5 points, and it's back to a 5-point ball game. Tune in on Monday at 6 o'clock for our weekly sports talk show, Jayhawk Sports Weekly, with David Lawrence and his guests. An hour of interviews and information about KU athletics here on the Jayhawk Network. Next free throw rims in and out. Rebound taken by Asia Boyd of KU. Jayhawks with a 5-point lead and the ball. 3 minutes to go first half. Jayhawks trailed 4-2, but have pretty much led ever since. Knight driving baseline. Skips it across to Harper. She'll put up a 3. That one rims in and out. Boy, Harper just not able to find it from downtown so far today. And here comes Xavier the other way. Crittenden on the right side to Hawks. Picked up by Natalie Knight this time. Still dribbling with it, plays it out front now to Crittenden. Top of the key, she drives down the right side, had it knocked away by Lamaria Cole into the arms of Jada Brown. Down the floor come the Jayhawks. Harper crosses over, lays it up and in, and she's fouled. The basket counts for CC Harper. Harper hasn't been able to get those shots from the outside to fall, so that time in transition, she just took it right to the basket, picked up foul number 2 on Ashley Wanninger, and now Harper at the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. She misses the free throw, and the rebound taken back by Xavier. But the Jayhawks have now their biggest lead of the game, a 7-point advantage, 24-17, with 2:13 to go in the first half. Pass knocked away by Lamaria Cole under the basket. Here comes Lamaria the other way. Quickly down the floor, right side, Natalie Knight driving baseline again, over to Boyd. She fumbled it but saved it inbounds to Harper. Outside to Cole. Cole drives to the free throw line. Bounce pass over to Harper. Now the Jayhawks might want to reset the offense here. Nope, too ambitious of a pass that time from Harper. She tried to sneak it through a lot of traffic to a cutting Natalie Knight. Stolen by Xavier. Down the floor, Hawks pitches it out to Wanninger for 3. She hit it. The Jayhawks have done a great job defending the 3 so far this half. That's one of the first good looks Xavier's had from outside, and Wanninger hit it. So the score 24-20 Kansas with a minute and a half to go in the first half. 2-3 zone from Xavier this time. Natalie Knight out front, plays it right side to CeCe Harper. Harper dribbles it out to the right wing, plays it back out front to Knight. 8 seconds to shoot. Cole driving baseline, underhanded pass over to Boyd. Fall away shot, good! Asia Boyd says her favorite player in basketball has always been Kobe Bryant. That was a little step back Kobe style shot right there, and she's got 5 points. The Jayhawks lead by 6 with a minute to go in the first half. Hawks trying to drive in on Lamaria Cole. Cole looked like she might have blocked that shot, but she's called for the foul. And this is where, my humble opinion, the officials still have to get comfortable with the new rules, because any contact whatsoever on a drive is supposed to be called on a defensive player. But I would ask you, what is Lamaria Cole supposed to do defensively on a drive like that? Because the offensive player really initiated all the contact there and drove into Cole, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So short of just flat out getting out of the way, I'm not sure what a defender is supposed to do in that situation. I don't think that's where the rules are intended to take this thing. They're intended to take this thing to keep your hands off of drivers and stop all the hand checking and all that. Second free throw is good by Hawks. She's got 5 points, and it's a 5-point game. 26-21 Kansas with 53 seconds to go in the first half. Cole checks out of the game for KU. Harper brings it down the floor. Cuts off the screen, pass deflected up into the air, and loose ball taken by Wanninger. Skip pass down the floor, stolen by Asia Boyd. Great defense by Boyd this time. She brings it back the other way with the left hand. Fakes a pass, slipped and called for the travel. That's just bad luck for Asia Boyd that time. I don't know if there's some sweat on the floor down there or not, but she tried to plant her foot to cut back in the opposite direction, and her foot just kind of slipped out from under her. I was, to be honest with you, a little afraid she might come up with an injury on a play like that, but she's just called for the travel. A timeout called for by Xavier with 34.5 seconds to go in the half. Get it fast with AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network, now with coverage in 3,000 more 4G cities and towns than Verizon. AT&T, rethink possible. Well, Kansas leads it 26-21 with 34.9 seconds to go in the first half here against the Xavier Musketeers. Earlier today, Duke, who is the team the Jayhawks will take on tomorrow, beat the team that the Jayhawks took on yesterday, Central Michigan, by a score of 97-64. So you look at Duke's 2 scores so far. They beat Xavier 81-54. Then they beat Central Michigan 97-64. Duke is the real deal, and that's who the Jayhawks will face tomorrow. Xavier with the ball out of the timeout. Can't quite go for the last shot here, about a 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Hawks picks up her dribble, passes it backdoor to Crittenden, who got under the basket, threw the reverse layup off the bottom of the rim, but it fell right into the hands of Schaefer, who lays it in. Jayhawks can go for the last shot here now, though, leading by 3 with 8 seconds left in the half. Harper with a crossover down the left side of the lane. Layup bounces off the rim. Oh, it was a great drive by Harper. Here comes Xavier the other way. Hawks down the floor, puts up a 25-footer off the backboard and in. Are you kidding me? Now, the Jayhawks had the ball with 13 seconds left in the half, and you thought that the worst-case scenario was they were going to go to the locker room with a 3-point lead. And then when CeCe Harper had a nice-looking drive down the left side of the lane, you thought they had a chance to go to the locker room with a 5-point lead, but she missed the shot, And then Hawks comes down the floor and maybe about 5.
The Virgin Islands has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Here at Cokie Point, it's one of the best snorkeling spots in the Caribbean. Let's go grab some fins.
Welcome to Oceanfront Rentals. What size?
Hi, can I have size 9, please? Let's get ready to snorkel.
Don't forget your fish food.
Can't forget the fish food. Let's go.
We're at the 2013 Paradise Jam. In 14 years here on St. Thomas, we've done a lot of awesome things, but never something like this.
This is the water jetpack, new here to St. Thomas. Anyone who's ever dreamt of flying, ever wanted to learn how to fly, this is about as close as it gets. On an introductory flight, you're going to be porpoising like a dolphin, you're going to be running on the water, and of course flying high like Buzz Lightyear. So those are kind of the 3 things you're going to be doing in an introductory flight.
Perfect. Right arm up, right arm up, right arm up a little, right arm up. There you go. Just like that. That's exactly where I want you. Right there. Very nice. Oh, you're ready to fly. What I want you to do now is slowly bring your arms up till just your feet are in the water. And now that you're there, just start walking with those legs. You're walking on water. Okay, so all you got to do to go underwater is you're going to bring both hands down into the water. When you're ready to come back up, bring both hands back up. Very nice. Very nice.
People who have ever gone parasailing or jet skiing, anything like that, this is going to be completely different. This is the newest adventure basically here in St. Thomas. So you guys actually have this great deal of flying at $100 at discounted price all the way up until November 30th. So just mention Paradise Jam and we'll definitely give you guys that rate.
That that definitely was one of the craziest things I've ever done, Mark. Thanks for letting me come out and fly with you. Looks like I earned some wings.
You have definitely earned your jetpack wings, so you're a natural. Come back again soon.
All right, all you Paradise Jammers, come out and check out the St. Thomas Jet Riders.
Welcome to the United States Virgin Islands. We know you'll enjoy your stay in one of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. We invite you to visit all 3 islands: St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas. St. Croix offers some of the most incredible dive sites in the Caribbean. Explore the pier, a shipwreck, the wall, and even go on a night dive. And with 7 flags having flown over this Caribbean jewel, St. Croix offers one of the most diverse cultures in all of the Caribbean. Want to hike, swim, and explore an underwater trail and an incredible vista all in the same day? Then you can't miss St. John. With 2/3 of the island dedicated as a national park, it's easy to find a view that takes your breath away. St. Thomas offers some of the best shopping deals in the Caribbean, and the U.S. Virgin Islands duty-free limit is $1,600, so be sure to take advantage of the savings. If a romantic destination wedding is in your future, plan your hassle-free nuptials in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Don't forget to let your guests know that there's no passport required for U.S. citizens. For more information on the USVI, log on to visitusvi.com or download our free My Virgin Islands smartphone app to learn more about things to do, restaurants, shops, and much more. Explore the endless unscripted vacation opportunities that await you. Thank you for visiting the United States Virgin Islands, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas.
Welcome to the Paradise Jam. Each November, I like to take my Paradise Jam family down to the one and only golf course on St. Thomas, Mahogany Run. Let's head down to the first tee.
Mahogany Run is being the only golf course on the island, designed by 2 world-famous golf course architects, Tom Fazio and his dad, George. Have some really unique and exciting holes. We have the Devil's Triangle, which is maybe 3 of the most beautiful holes in golf, looking over the... It's wonderful for the course, it's wonderful for the economy down here, it's wonderful for Mahogany Run to have people like that down here doing something for the community down here, and being able to host them at our golf course is really, it's a pleasure to have them down here.
During the Paradise Jam, not only can you enjoy spectacular views like this, but for the right price, you can own a beautiful villa out here at Botany Bay.
We're out here today at Villa Witta, which is a $25 million property that spans over 15,000 square feet of usable space. It's on 4 acres on a waterfront lot, and it's inside the Botany Bay Preserve, which is managed by the Timbers Resorts based out of Carbondale, Colorado. They picked the nicest 400 acres on the island. It overlooks the Mermaid's Chair, the west end of the island, and out over to Culebra, Puerto Rico, and the Spanish Virgin Islands. The entire home is based around the lifestyle that a pirate would probably enjoy. It certainly shows it in the collection of artifacts. It's sort of a modern-day pirate has this fortress where he keeps all the bounty that he's collected, and I think that's really how the owner looks at it. Also, the quality here, the workmanship inside, it's second to none, absolutely no expense spared. There's a lot of antiques and original artifacts. There's actual treasure chests that were recovered from pirate ships, original cannons, and several
17th century antiques. There's actually a chandelier from a Russian opera house in here that was disassembled and reassembled here. And obviously the location is incredible. It's probably one of the best home sites in the Caribbean. It has to be experienced to be believed. It's really more of like a fairy tale type atmosphere than anything I've ever seen. The U.S. Virgin Islands is uniquely set up for people to take advantage of the tax benefits. There's no state or local taxes other than federal taxes for residents. Anybody who resides here gets to take advantage of that, and the price points are all across the board from $300,000 to $25 million. There's pretty much something for everybody. Give us a call at USVI Sotheby's International Realty. We'd be happy to help you online, or sotheby'srealtyusvi.com is our website.
Xavier treat pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day.
We believe in
Time.
God's
A
calling
message
to
from the
share our
Partnership for
lives
Healthy
with
Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
to share a meal,
Carl Lewis for the Will
to
Rogers
share
Institute.
water, to share love, to share a full life.
If you believe, share with a child today at World Vision.
It's an easy layup. It's a good way to get Chelsea Gardner back involved after she was limited to less than 10 minutes of playing time in the first half with those 2 fouls. So the Jayhawks lead at 28-26 over the Xavier Musketeers. Just underway in the second half. Nate Bucati with you here at the Health and Fitness Center on the campus of the University of the Virgin Islands. Shot clock down to 5 seconds for Xavier, and a charging foul called against Brianna Glover as she banged into Natalie Knight, who did a nice job getting into position there. And the Jayhawks start the second half about as well as you could ask for, especially after the Musketeers went into the locker room with all the momentum, hitting that buzzer beater off the window for a 3 to tie it up going into the break. This time a man-to-man defense from Xavier. Natalie Knight has it on the right wing, plays it out front to Bunny Williams. Now Harper inside to Gardner, who was double-teamed, and a foul on Brianna Glover. So 2 quick fouls on Brianna Glover. The Jayhawks, remember, shot just 1 free throw in the first half. And all of a sudden, they get a couple of quick fouls on Xavier here in the second half. Of course, not shooting situations yet. Markeisha Hawkins off the screen, dribbles to her right to the baseline, hangs in the air, fires in, hits a jumper. Nice shot on the pull-up by Markeisha Hawkins, who's got 8. And the Jayhawks lead it 30-26 with 18:50 to go in the second half now. Hawks on the right side. Crosses over. Almost lost it. Cece Harper just staying right in front of Hawks. She shoots over Harper this time and off the window and good. 10 points for Hawks. Jayhawks lead it by 2, 30-28. Cece Harper inside to Chelsea Gardner, who turns and scores again. Gardner trying to make up for lost time as she's got 8 points now. 4 of them already coming in the second half. We haven't even played 2 minutes of this second half, 32-28. For the most part, the only thing that's been able to slow Chelsea Gardner down so far this year has been foul trouble. Hawks driving inside on Harper again. Cut off this time, so she pitches it outside to Wanninger. Wanninger drives in on Hawkins. Shot rejected by Chelsea Gardner and out of bounds. It'll stay with Xavier. 9 seconds to shoot as they'll inbound from the baseline. Hawks slaps the basketball to set the offense in motion. They get it inside to Glover. Shot blocked by Gardner again. This time she takes the loose ball. Here comes Kansas the other way. Harper right side to Knight for a 3. Swish! Timeout called for by Xavier. The Jayhawks explode out to a 7-point lead here in the second half. We'll take the timeout. Jayhawks leading it 35-28. This is the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network.
Learn more at KUalumni.org.
10, stand by.
Everything we do strengthens KU.
You're up.
17:40 to play, and the Jayhawks now leading Xavier by 7 points. Hawks drives inside, hangs in the air, misses this time with the rebound to Chelsea Gardner for KU. Jayhawks have their biggest lead of the game. They led by 7 a couple times in the first half, and they lead by 7 now. Cece Harper drives inside, plays it across to Bunny Williams, who found a way to get that shot up through a lot of traffic, and she knocks it down. First basket for Bunny Williams. The Jayhawks have their biggest lead of the game of 9 points. 37-28 Kansas. Glover on the right side will take the 3, misses it. And on the rebound, Cece Harper was undercut by Shatira Hawks, and that'll be the first foul on Hawks. It'll be the 3rd team foul on Xavier. A great start to the second half for the Jayhawks. They have outscored Xavier 11-2. And they have the ball back here. Cece Harper to bring it across the timeline, picked up by Hawks. Harper plays it left side to Markeisha Hawkins. Hawkins pressured by Crittenden. Out front, Bunny Williams. Reverse right side to Harper. Touch pass, lobbing it inside to Gardner and didn't get enough on it. Crittenden snuck in on the backside to steal it and then Chelsea Gardner was called for the foul, trying to keep it away from Crittenden. So that turns out to be much more costly than the turnover itself, because that's foul number 3 on Chelsea Gardner. And I think we saw during this little stretch of 3 minutes and 11 seconds of this half, when the Jayhawks have outscored Xavier by 9 points with Gardner on the floor, just how much of a weapon she is. Jayhawks got to keep it up now with Gardner going to the bench. She's replaced by freshman Jada Brown. Away from the basketball, whistle again, this time a foul on the defensive end on Bunny Williams, and that's her 3rd personal foul. And starting front court for the Jayhawks, both with 3 fouls apiece. We're going to see Kaylin Manning-Allen come to the scorer's table now. Bunny Williams is still out there for now. 16:38 to go, 9-point Kansas advantage. Hawks trying to cross over on CeCe Harper. Now plays it to a cutting Blackwell. Had the shot blocked, but got it back. Sneaks out to the other side of the basket and turns and shoots it off the glass and in. 37-30 Kansas with 16 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Harper on the right side against a man-to-man defense this time. Plays it out front to Hawkins. Hawkins with a crossover back to Harper. Down low now to Jada Brown, double teamed. Outside to Bunny Williams, right side Hawkins. Hawkins crosses over, pull-up shot, high arcing shot. Rims in and out, and a rebound taken by Xavier, and then a reach-in foul on Markeisha Hawkins. That's her 3rd. Not a very smart foul that time by Markeisha Hawkins. And the Jayhawks will go back to the bench. You know, Kaylin Manning-Allen comes into the ballgame. We've got an official timeout now. 15:58 to play. Kansas leading at 37-30. We'll talk to you about the foul trouble they're in when we come back. You're listening to Jayhawk basketball.
Imagine the packed portable video production system. NewTek TriCaster has everything you need for a network-style video production. Camera switching, graphics, special effects, virtual sets, and more. You can stream your production live to the internet and record up to 8 separate channels of HD video all in one system. NewTek TriCaster. It's a television studio in a box. Find out more at newtek.com.
Come visit my island, the United States Virgin Islands.
Discover how life is meant to be. Call your travel agent today.
Spectacular views of the Caribbean are just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott.
You're up.
3 Jayhawk starters are on the bench with 3 personal fouls. Still almost 16 minutes to go in this game. Xavier out of the timeout. Fires a 3. Brianna Glover missed it, but the rebound to Kansas. Now at the other end of the floor, a foul called on Xavier's Brianna Glover. That's her 3rd. So she's the first Musketeer to get into foul trouble. The 3 Jayhawk starters in foul trouble are Bunny Williams, Chelsea Gardner, and Markeisha Hawkins. So they're all on the bench right now. The good news is for the Jayhawks, while they don't have those 1,000-point scores of Carolyn Davis, Angel Goodrich and Monica Engelman from last year, they seem to have more depth this year. Nice crossover dribble by CeCe Harper. She goes all the way to the basket to lay it in. 6 points for CeCe Harper, and the Jayhawks lead it by 9 again. Being able to go to the bench with players like Asia Boyd and Jada Brown and Lamaria Cole this year, and some of those freshmen like Dakota Gonzalez, makes this team deeper, I think, than it was a year ago. Now driving into the basket, a foul called on Asia Boyd of KU. The drive was from Brianna Glover, so she'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. And the Jayhawks have simply just not gotten to the free throw line today. They are 0 for 1 from the stripe so far. Meanwhile, Xavier 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Glover's first free throw rims in and out. 15 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Jayhawks leading at 39-30. That equals their biggest lead of the game. A couple of subs for Xavier now as Kayla Davis checks into the game, along with Jenna Crittenden. Next free throw from Glover, up and good. So she hits 1 of 2. Now also Glover comes out of the ball game, replaced by Leah Schaefer. CeCe Harper to run the point for KU. She's pressured in the backcourt by Davis, brings it up the floor, and sets up the offense now. Crossing over, away from the basketball, 3 seconds called on Kaylin Manning-Allen. Manning-Allen, a freshman with a lot of potential, 6'4", low post player, but that's one of those freshman mistakes there, maybe not having that internal clock, knowing when to get out of the lane. She got called for a 3-second violation yesterday as well. Schaefer out front. Left side now to Wanninger. Drives in, kicks it outside to Blackwell. They zip it around the perimeter. Crittenden head fakes, drives inside. Finger roll off the glass is good. That's a nice drive by Jenna Crittenden. She's got 7. And it's a 39-33 Kansas advantage with 14:20 to go. CeCe Harper right side to Natalie Knight. Knight out front to Jada Brown. Brown on the left side to Harper. Asia Boyd out front. Head fakes on the 3. Dribbles into a 17-footer. Instead passes it inside. It was deflected out of bounds by Xavier. Maybe too unselfish from Boyd that time. I think the pull-up jumper was there. The last second she tried to fire it in through some traffic to a low post player for a better look. But I think that maybe the pull-up jumper was the way to go. 10 seconds to shoot though for the Jayhawks as they inbound. CeCe Harper gets it into Natalie Knight. She weaves through some traffic, bounces it over to Jada Brown, who lays it in with the left hand. Great job by Natalie Knight on a bit of a busted play there, and the Jayhawks lead it by 8 again. First basket of the game for Jada Brown. Blackwell on the left side, driving in and traveling with it. Kaylin Manning-Allen did a nice job to step in front of her that time to force the travel. Manning-Allen was called on to play some big minutes last night against Central Michigan, and she didn't attempt a shot, but really made an impact on the defensive end of the floor. And I think she's going to try to do the same here today with, once again, Chelsea Gardner in foul trouble. Natalie Knight on the left side, out front to Jada Brown. Now CeCe Harper. Left side, Natalie Knight. She fires the 3, misses side iron. Rebound, saved in bounds by Xavier. It's knocked out of bounds again by Xavier. So Kansas going after that loose ball, knocked it off of a Musketeer player, and the Jayhawks will get it back here with a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Shatira Hawks back into the game for Xavier, also Brianna Glover. Jayhawks trying to hold Xavier off here with 3 of their starters on the bench in foul trouble. 13:21 to go. Kansas with an 8-point lead and the ball. CeCe Harper looking to get it inbounds. Plays it into Natalie Knight. She catches and fires a 17-footer. She hits it. Natalie Knight in double figures with 10 points, and the Jayhawks lead by 10 points, their biggest lead of the game. Crittenden on the left side for Xavier. Out front to Hawks, trying to drive in on Natalie Knight. Knight stays right in front of her and blocks the shot. Knight takes it out of the sky, pushes it down the floor, a 3-on-2. Knight kicks it outside. It was knocked away by Crittenden and out of bounds. But how about that defensive play by Natalie Knight? Hawks, the leading scorer for Xavier, averaging 21.5 a game. Tried to break her down off the dribble. Knight just stayed with her step for step, stayed on her feet, and then blocked the shot and took the loose ball. Now a 5-second violation on CeCe Harper. Trying to get it inbounds from the baseline. Couldn't find anybody to pass it to. So a turnover on Kansas. But the Jayhawks lead it 43-33 with 12:50 to go. Hawks across the timeline, dribbles it off to the right side. Picked up by CeCe Harper. Now out front it goes to Leah Schaefer. And left wing now to Brianna Glover. Outside Crittenden, jumper, missing. Rebound, Kansas. CeCe Harper across the timeline. On a crossover, dribbles it off to the left side, pitches it in the corner to Natalie Knight. Knight driving baseline, kicks it outside to Boyd, zips it on the right wing now to Harper for three. Missed it short. It's been a rough day shooting the three-pointer for CC Harper. The rebound back to Xavier. Hawk driving all the way to the basket. Nobody ever cut her off, and she lays it up and in. Hawks with 12 points for Xavier. 12 minutes to go. Jayhawks leading at 43-35. I mentioned the tough shooting day for CC from beyond the arc. She's 0 for 5 from downtown so far today. But the Jayhawks lead it by 8. Harper inside to Manning Allen. She turns and travel with it before throwing up an air ball. That's where the growing still can occur for Kaylin Manning Allen as a freshman. Timeout on the floor.
UVI is closer than you think.
At UVI, the beach is closer than you think.
At UVI, the professors are closer than you think.
At UVI, your success is closer than you think.
The University of the Virgin Islands is closer than you think. Call us today or visit our website.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
Now, as you can see, don't you love technology? Yeah, no problem. There we go. How are the girls? Uh-huh. Come on, boy, just a little. Scott.
Business is tough, but with great offers at avis.com, we give you the space to turn your business trip into a bizcation. Avis.
A program of the Kansas Department of Transportation.
Stand by.
Kansas law enforcement community.
You're up.
11:47 to play here in day 2 of the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. Jayhawks leading Xavier by a score of 43-35. Xavier with the basketball out of the timeout. Lamaria Cole's come in to play the point for KU, so she's picked up Hawks, who brings it across the timeline for the Musketeers. Now Crittenden outside, drives in, and boy, she jumped in the air and just fired a pass over everybody, even the Xavier bench, into the stands. So Crittenden maybe just a little surge of adrenaline that time on that pass. That's turnover number 15 on the Musketeers. Wanninger checks out of the ball game now for Xavier. She is replaced by Aaliyah Zant, the sophomore out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. On the floor for Kansas right now, Lamaria Cole, CC Harper, Asia Boyd, Jada Brown, and Kaylin Manning Allen. So only one original starter for KU today in the ball game right now. The Jayhawks protecting an 8-point lead. Harper, that lone starter, drives to the baseline, and she's only just started this game. This is her first start of the season. Lamaria Cole back out front again. Cole with a crossover back to Harper. Driving baseline, around one defender, missing the layup try, but a blocking foul called on Glover, and that is her 4th. Well, not much foul trouble for anybody on Xavier's team except for Glover, who's now in real big foul trouble with 4 fouls. 11:01 still to go in the game. And the Jayhawks are going to make just their 2nd trip to the free throw line of the entire game. First free throw is up and good from CC Harper, who's got 7 points. After a strong outing yesterday in which she went for 9 points and 3 rebounds, CC earns the start here today. She's on the floor with the other point guard who had been starting all these games, Lamaria Cole. One more free throw for CC Harper. This one bounces home. So Harper with 8, and the Jayhawks have reopened a 10-point lead, which equals their biggest lead of the game. 45-35 Kansas, under 11 minutes to go. Hawks dribbling with it out front. Plays it on the left side to Crittenden. Now out front to Schaefer. Now to Wanninger, who banged into Cole, and Cole's call for the foul. Cole with a little look of frustration. That's her 3rd foul. As I said earlier, foul she got called for in the first half, same way here. Seemed like she was trying to play defense with her feet, kept her hands back, Not sure exactly what a defender is supposed to do other than that in these scenarios. Hawks on the baseline, gets it under the basket. Now foul on CC Harper. It was Aaliyah Zant that got under the basket. Harper whistled for the foul. She tried to block that shot from behind. It will put Zant at the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw is on the way and good. Here's a note from the Kansas Lottery. Saturday's Super Kansas Cash jackpot is $100,000. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $230 million. The Kansas Lottery, real people really win. Next free throw is up and no good from Zant. Rebound Kansas. 9-point Jayhawk lead with 10.5 to play. Full court pressure from Xavier out of the missed free throw. Jayhawks pass it right down the court to Natalie Knight. She gets trapped, gives it back to Harper, driving in the lane, fakes a pass, misses the running layup try, and the rebound back to the Musketeers. Here comes Hawks the other way, weaving through traffic. Now does a about face, pitches it out to Schaefer. She drives in, shot blocked by Manning Allen. Schaefer got it back, plays it outside to Hawks. Schaefer might have gotten poked in the eye or something there as she's limping along the baseline. Now on the left side, Wanninger driving in. She had her shot blocked by Manning Allen. Loose ball out to Schaefer. Now to Hawks, fires a 3 and hits it. Well, that was a tough shot by Hawks, but she knocked it down. She's got 15 points and a 30-second timeout called for by Xavier. We'll go ahead and call this immediate timeout, I guess. 9:56 to play, 45-39, Kansas leading it. You're listening to Jayhawk basketball.
Clear.
Additional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. It's time we switched to longer-lasting Energy Star light bulbs. They're more efficient than the old bulbs, like a text message is more efficient than a carrier pigeon. And they cut down on our energy costs. Because in our own groundbreaking age, we deserve a light bulb that saves us some cash. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now. What? What do you mean she's not coming? But it's always worth it. It is I, Cruz, Zinco Bell. The smallest moments can have impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Boo. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best
30.
Heal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt
Only one break left.
today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org. This message has
Get
been
rid of the
brought
bump
to you by
music.
the
Don't play it coming
Humane
back.
Society of the United States, MEDIC, and the Ad Council.
Too late, it won't let me drag it. You're up. You're up.
And back here in the Virgin Islands, the Jayhawks will have a chance at a free throw here coming out of the timeout. And I beg your pardon, I took a media timeout. They had announced a media timeout when it was just a 30-second timeout, so we missed a little action here. There was a three-pointer by Wanninger, followed by an inside basket by Kaylin Manning Allen, and now CC Harper driving the lane. Picked up a foul and the basket, and she misses the free throw, so can't quite convert on the three-point play. The foul was on Wanninger, her third. So 8:50 to go. The Jayhawks leading at 49-42. And Xavier has the basketball right now. Jayhawks still with 3 starters on the bench in foul trouble. Crinton and make that Wanninger got open for a 3 again, but missed this one. Rebound, though, comes out long to Zant for Xavier. Now Crinton out front. She's picked up by the Jayhawks' Jada Brown. And a hand-checking foul called on Jada Brown, her first. It'll be a shooting situation now for Crittenden. We came into this knowing that Xavier averages going 8 for 24 from beyond the arc on the season in a game. Today, so far, they are 4 for 10. So the Jayhawks have done a pretty good job of limiting the three-point looks for Xavier. Crittenden has done most of her damage at the free throw line. She hits this free throw. She's now 4 of 5 from the stripe today and make it 5 of 6. Now she hits this one, has 9 points now. And it's back down to a 5-point lead, 49-44 with 8:27 to go. Asia Boyd across the timeline for KU. She gets around 2 defenders, driving all the way under the basket. Now brings it back out to the right wing and plays it out to CeCe Harper. Harper with the left hand, down the lane she goes, lays it up, missed it. It was altered a little bit by Leah Schaefer, and the rebound taken back by Xavier. 8 minutes to go. Xavier trying to make it a 1-possession game after trailing by as many as 10 this half. Zant on the left side, threw it out of bounds. Just kind of lost the ball. Now we've got a media timeout, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and keep it right here because we took that one on accident a little earlier. I'll tell you right now, the Williams Education Fund, the fundraising arm of Kansas Athletics supporting 500-plus KU student athletes, invites all
Imagine the power of a giant TV production truck in a compact portable video production system. NewTek TriCaster has everything you need for a network-style video production. Camera switching, graphics, special effects, virtual sets, and more. You can stream your production live to the internet and record up to 8 separate channels of HD video all in one system. NewTek TriCaster. It's a television studio in a box. Find out more at newtek.com.
Come visit my island, the United States Virgin Islands.
Discover how life is meant to be. Call your travel agent today.
Starters come back into the game now at the 7:55 mark out of the timeout. Bunny Williams, Markeisha Hawkins, and Chelsea Gardner all checking back in after the timeout. CeCe Harper running the point. She got the 5 original starters on the floor as Natalie Knight is out there as well. Knight lobs it over the defense, intended inside for Chelsea Gardner, and the pass was a little too high. Knight slaps the floor with her hands in frustration as the Jayhawks turn it over there. And Xavier has it back once again with a chance to make it a 1-possession ball game. Shatira Hawks out front, guarded by CeCe Harper, who's done a really good job in the times that she's been on Hawks. On the right side to Wanninger. Now on the left wing, they give it to Zant. She's guarded by Natalie Knight. Right side now to Schaefer. Back to Zant, 7 seconds to shoot. Zant driving in. Natalie Knight stays right in front of her, but Zant elevates and hits it off the glass. So now 49-46. Jayhawks
ID.
Leading by just 3. We owe you a station ID. We'll get it to you as soon as we can. Just over 7 minutes to go in this game. CeCe Harper on the right side. Plays it left wing now to Natalie Knight. Down low to Chelsea Gardner. She tries a reverse layup that misses. And the rebound on the deck taken back by Xavier. Down the floor, Schaefer bringing it all the way. Left side to Wanninger. And a hand-checking foul on Markeisha Hawkins, her 4th. And that will put Wanninger at the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1 as that is 18 fouls on KU. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jayhawk basketball.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're up.
First free throw on the 1-and-1 by Wanninger is good. She's got 10. And it's a 2-point ball game. Nate Bucati with you here at the Paradise Jam in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Xavier fighting all the way back now to make it a 1-point game after the second free throw is good from Wanninger. Jayhawks led by as many as 10 here in the second half, but lead by just 1 now with 6:38 to go. The Xavier fans getting into the act here. Harper plays it on the left side to Natalie Knight. Knight off a screen, double team there, left side to Harper. Somebody's got to be open, it's Bunny Williams. She reverses it right side to Asia Boyd. 7 seconds to shoot, Boyd to Bunny Williams. Now down to 4, and Bunny Williams turns it over. Pass stolen by Hawks, down the floor she goes, she lays it in, and Xavier has the lead for the first time in the second half, and Bonnie Henriksen's got a call for a 30-second timeout. Well, what kind of a run is it by Xavier right now to where they've come back to take this lead after trailing by 10. 6:11 to play, 50-49 Xavier. Coventry Healthcare is the proud sponsor of the Kansas City Shootout. Be a part of the excitement as the Jayhawk men's basketball team takes on New Mexico in the Sprint Center Saturday, December 14th. Proud supporter of KU Athletics, Coventry Healthcare, your healthcare simplified. Bonnie Henriksen going to make a substitution here. Lamaria Cole comes into the ball game, replacing Bunny Williams. Kansas going to go small. That means Asia Boyd will play the 4. So it'll be Cole, Harper, Knight, Boyd, and Chelsea Gardner. Can the Jayhawks get Chelsea Gardner going here? Skip pass over to Natalie Knight, open for a long 2. Rims in and out. Rebound back to Xavier. Hawks picked up by Knight in the backcourt, drives down the right side of the floor. Now back out front to Crittenden. Xavier the 1-point lead and the ball, 5:49 to play. Skip pass right side to Crittenden. Guarded by Asia Boyd there. Crittenden puts it on the floor with the right hand. Cut off in the help defense by Cole. Out to Waninger, spinning her way inside on Natalie Knight. She scores and she's fouled. Waninger gets fouled by Natalie Knight. That's the first on Knight, but more importantly, it is a chance at a 3-point play for Waninger, who can give Xavier a 4-point lead after trailing almost the entire second half. She missed the free throw, so it's a 3-point game. Jayhawks have the ball, 5.5 to go. Lamaria Cole, right side to Asia Boyd. Boyd now to CeCe Harper. Harper driving in with the left hand out to Natalie Knight and away from the basketball. 3-second violation on Kansas. Another turnover on the Jayhawks. That's number 19 of the game. 5:19 to play. Xavier with a 3-point lead and the ball. Well, it looked like the Jayhawks were about to take this game by the throat, and even with their 3 starters on the bench in foul trouble, they were keeping it at about a 10-point game, but all of a sudden Xavier has taken all the momentum in this one. Zant on the left side, plays it in the corner to Crittenden. Now to a cutting Schaefer, bouncing it outside to Zant. She drives inside, shooting over Boyd, she scores and she's fouled. Zant now with 4 points. That foul on Asia Boyd, her second. It's a 5-point Xavier lead, and Zant has a chance to make it a 6-point ball game with 4:59 to play. Zant's free throw is up, misses back iron. And Natalie Knight has the rebound, poked away from behind by Zant. And Xavier gets the rebound. Crittenden on the right side. Picks it up, pass stolen by Lamaria Cole. She bats it down the floor to herself. Tries the layup, but misses. A foul called on Schaefer of Xavier. Boy, that's exactly what the Jayhawks needed. If Cole could have just finished it and had a chance at a 3-point play, you really would have felt like that's what the doctor ordered, but still, Jayhawks needed something. They were just getting stagnant on offense, had no momentum, and Lamaria Cole comes up with a big play here. Let's see if she can cash in on the free throws. The first one is up and good. First point of the game for Lamaria Cole. Big, big play by Mari, as they call her. Next free throw is up, misses back iron, rebound Xavier. So still a 4-point Xavier lead, but at least the Jayhawks do something to stem the tide here a little bit. 4:36 to play. Hawks takes the handoff, picked up by Natalie Knight. Still dribbling with it, Hawks. Now on a crossover, down the lane, plays it across to Crittenden, who lays it in. Six-point Xavier lead, 4:15 to play. Lamaria Cole hands it off to Natalie Knight. Knight off the screen, right side to CeCe Harper. Down low to Chelsea Gardner, backing her way down. She muscles it up and in. Jayhawks need Chelsea Gardner to step up now. She's missed so much time today because of foul trouble, but she has 10 points, and the Jayhawks are back to within 4. Just under 4 minutes to go, 56-52. Xavier leads it. Hawks driving down the right side, jumps in the air, misfires on the shot. Rebound, Chelsea Gardner of Kansas. Big possession here for the Jayhawks coming up. Try to make it a one-possession game again. CeCe Harper drives inside, off the glass and good. A great drive from CeCe Harper in the finish. She's got 12, and the Jayhawks back to within 2. 56-54 with 3:25 to go. A back and forth ball game again here today in the Paradise Jam. On the right side, Zant plays it out front. A backdoor cut knocked away by Asia Boyd. Loose ball taken by Harper. Bounces across to Knight. Shot rejected by Crittenden. Knight might have been better off to pass it back to Boyd there, but the Jayhawks will have it with a chance to tie or take the lead when we come back. 3:07 to go. Kansas trailing 56-54. This is the Jayhawk IMG Sports Network.
Spectacular views of the just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morning.
1 minute.
This is a story about Steve. He just got his first big job. The only
Xavier had all the momentum, but Kansas has come back here to get to within 2 with 3:07 to go, and Kansas has the ball out of the timeout to inbound from the baseline. Natalie Knight gets it into CeCe Harper. Harper plays it out front to Natalie. Off a screen by Gardner to her right. Natalie double team there, plays it out front to Asia Boyd. Boyd puts it on the floor with the left hand, over to CeCe Harper. Harper on the baseline, crosses over, drives to the basket, shot off the window, rims in and out. Boy, that was a good opportunity for the Jayhawks there, and it just couldn't quite fall. Now the Jayhawks need to stop, down by 2 with 2:39 to go. Xavier will be in the double bonus the rest of the way, so also don't want to foul here. Hawks off a screen, CeCe picks her up. Driving in, Hawks cut off by Harper again. Outside to Crittenden, 8 seconds to shoot. Down low it goes to Wanninger, backing her way down. She throws an elbow, and she traveled with it. Now she just kind of bowled her way in through Asia Boyd and got called for the walk there. So Kansas has it, back down 2 again with 2:20 to go, timeout.
UVI is closer than you think.
At UVI, the beach is closer than you think.
At UVI, the professors are closer than you think.
At UVI, your success is closer than you think.
The University of the Virgin Islands is closer than you think. Call us today or visit our website.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort.
Natalie Knight Markeisha Hawkins and Chelsea Gardner. The Jayhawks going with the 4-guard offense here. Boyd playing the stretch 4. Hawkins takes a handoff, bounces right side to Natalie Knight. She drives to the baseline, double team there, bounces it into Chelsea Gardner, who lays it up and in. A great job by Knight. She split the defenders with that bounce pass, and we are tied at 56. 12 points now for Chelsea Gardner. 1:50 to go. See if the Jayhawks can get a stop here and get the ball back with a chance to take the lead. Hawks drives inside, cut off by Knight, misses the shot. Rebound Chelsea Gardner. Hawks have the ball with a chance. The Jayhawks, that is, have the ball with a chance to take the lead. 1:34 to go. Knight guarded by Hawks out front. Plays it over to Asia Boyd, who's picked up by Crittenden. Right side to Knight again. Head fakes on a 3. Drives baseline under the basket. Out to Hawkins. Now in the corner to Harper for 3. She missed it. And on the rebound, a foul on Kansas. Boy, CeCe Harper just hadn't been able to find it from outside today. I felt like that was going to be the one that finally went down. She's now 0 for 6 from beyond the arc today. The foul here will give Xavier 2 free throws. Fouls on Asia Boyd, her 3rd. And it'll put Crittenden, who's a good free throw shooter, at the line. Crittenden is 5 of 6 from the line today. That's where she's gotten the majority of her points. First free throw is good. And Xavier is back in front. 57-56 with 1:19 to play. Boy, it's been a back and forth game. Both free throws good. Kansas down by 2 again. Big possession here for the Jayhawks. 1:17 to go. CeCe Harper, right side, Natalie Knight. You know they'd love to get Chelsea Gardner posted up if they could. Boyd drives inside, pass deflected, taken back by CeCe Harper. She drives into the paint. Foul! She scores with the left hand! What a strong finish from CeCe Harper! She had taken it in with the right hand. She was reached in and fouled on the right side, and she was able to kind of switch it over to the left hand and flip it up and finish. Oh, an unbelievably strong finish from CeCe Harper, and she's got a chance to give the Jayhawks the lead here with 1:04 to go. Schaefer called for the foul, her 3rd, so she'll go to the bench, replaced by Brianna Glover. Here's a big free throw for CeCe Harper. She got the start today. She's making it count. She hits the free throw, and Kansas leads 59-58 with 1:04 to go. Big, big play. Well, CeCe Harper hasn't been able to hit the 3s today. She has been able to help this Kansas basketball team in a big way. She's got 6 assists on the day, 15 points, and basically that's because she's been 6 of 10 from inside the 3-point line. 0 from 6 from beyond the arc, but 6 of 10 from inside the arc, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. She's got 4 rebounds and 6 assists. So the Jayhawks have the ball. The Jayhawks have the lead. Xavier will have the ball out of the timeout. Possession arrow favors Xavier. Both teams in the bonus. Xavier in the double bonus. On the floor for KU, it's Boyd, Knight, Harper, Hawkins, and Chelsea Gardner. For Xavier, it's Glover, Hawks, Zant, Wanninger, and Crittenden. So both teams kind of going small here. See if the Jayhawks can get a big stop here. Hawks out front. Off a screen picked up by Hawkins. Left side, Crittenden. She jabs left, drives right. Pitches it right side to Glover. She drives baseline, cut off there. Pitches it outside to Zant. Now 8 seconds to shoot. Hawks with it. Down to 5. Hawks shooting over Hawkins. Missing it. Rebound, out of bounds, off Asia Boyd. Boyd protesting that she thought it was touched last by a Musketeer, but Xavier will have it with a fresh 30. Well, the Jayhawks forced a bad shot there, but Xavier will have the ball back, down by just 1 with 35.3 seconds to go. They get it right into Glover, and she lays it in easily. And a timeout called for by Kansas. Oh, man.
Now, as you can see, do you love technology? Yeah, no problem. There we go. How are the girls? Uh-huh. Come on, boy, just a little.
Scott, business is tough, but with great offers at Avis.com, we give you the space to turn your business trip into a bizcation. Avis, it's your space.
We are World Vision, and we believe in children. We believe in God's calling to share our lives with them, to share a meal, to share water, to share love, to share a full life.
If you believe, share with a child today at worldvision.org/share.
Day. Natalie Knight has 10. Markeisha Hawkins with 8. Love to get an inside look for Chelsea Gardner if at all possible, but of course that's been Xavier's main focus, has been to deny that. And Xavier subs in Leah Schaefer to get a little more size on the interior here. And they're going to have Hawks pressure Cece Harper full court. Harper takes the inbounds. No need to hurry here for the Jayhawks. They can run a good offensive set. Hand off to Hawkins. She dribbles to the right side, lobs it in the corner to Natalie Knight, who fumbled it. Cut off there by Crittenden, and Bonnie Henriksen calls for a timeout. She didn't like Natalie Knight being stuck in the corner there. Knight had to use her dribble to gather that pass in, and so then she was stuck in the corner with nowhere to go. So now we're down to 18 seconds on the shot clock, 21.5 seconds left in the game. Kansas trailing 60-59. The Jayhawks are down to one timeout left now. And we'll see if they decide. Hawkins to inbound for KU from the sideline here, right next to the baseline. Once again, 18 seconds to shoot for KU. Get it into Harper on the right side. She dribbles out front, plays it to Hawkins. Hawkins drives to the baseline, puts up a shot. Nobody's there to rebound it, misses the shot, and then a foul on Kansas. They foul Brianna Glover with 12.5 seconds to play. Well, Hawkins drove in there and drew a double team and flipped up the shot. Hawkins now fouls out of the game. You know, you don't really have so much of a problem with that shot. The problem just that even with the you had a chance at a rotational rebound there if anybody for Kansas had been able to crash the glass. Lamaria Cole's going to come in for Hawkins here as Glover is going to shoot 2 free throws. Xavier's not going to put anybody on the free throw lane. They're going to send everybody back. Now, even if she makes both these free throws, the Jayhawks will still have a chance because it's a 1-point game, now a 2-point game as Glover hits the first free throw. The Jayhawks will have a chance at a 3. Bonnie Henriksen calls a timeout. She wants to draw something up here. So if Glover hits this next free throw, then the Jayhawks will need a 3-pointer with 12.5 seconds to play. If Glover misses the shot, of course, the Jayhawks can just, go for a 2-point play to try to tie the game up. The Jayhawks have not shot the 3 with very much success here today. They're 3 for 11 from downtown. Natalie. The other end out of the timeout. Hoping nobody notices her, but Jenna Crittenden does, the sophomore. Okay, here comes Glover's next free throw attempt. She hits it, so the Jayhawks probably need to go for a 3 here with 12.3 seconds to go. Cece Harper brings it down the floor quickly. Off a screen she goes. Pitches it in the corner to Natalie Knight. Knight fires up a 3 that airballs, and then there's a foul on Kansas. With 2.4 seconds to go, that is going to do it. The Jayhawks, barring a miracle here, are going to be done here in this second game in the Paradise Jam. Hard to tell where this game turned. Kansas had a 10-point lead in the second half, in the final 10 minutes. Free throw is good by Clinton, and that makes it a 2-possession game, and that's going to end it for all intents and purposes. One more free throw to go. This one is up and good. 64-59, now a steal by Hawks, and the horn sounds and the ball game is over. Xavier wins it by a final score of 64-59. Stay tuned for the Jayhawk postgame show coming up next on